everyone, it's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds. Last week we had our first back to school staff meeting, social distance style, so we could talk about the new school year. Now every year, 2 weeks prior to school, our staff comes together and we have some planning meetings, and then we get our classroom ready for back to school. So things are a little different this year. If you've been following me, you know that we are not starting in the classroom this year. We are going to start doing virtual teaching, and then the plan as of right now is that then we will get into our classroom on the first week of November. So that could make planning a little tricky, because how do you plan for part of the year being online teaching and part of the year being in the classroom? So the first thing we did is we did like we always do. We planned out our themes for the school year. The reason why we like to plan it all out is because we share our materials. All our classrooms in our preschool share all the materials, our theme materials. And so we want to make sure that we are doing them on different weeks so that everyone gets a chance to use them. So I'm going to drop a link in the description of my theme video that I did a couple of years ago, and I take you on a tour of how we store our theme boxes so that when we go to set up our theme, everything is right there. And this has been a lifesaver for us, because as you all know, when you are setting up your classroom for a new theme, you don't have a lot of time. And if you have to rummage through everything to try to find what you need, it takes a lot longer, and half the time I can't find anything. So probably about 4 years ago, we decided to put all of our theme related materials in labeled bins, and these are in our storage room. So that is why we first plan with all the teachers in our preschool, so that we can write down everything we're doing. So we took our calendar from last year, and the teachers went through it, and if there were any changes, we made note of it. We wrote everything down just penciled it in, and now my assistant director is going to make a new calendar for the new school year. So our plan is to start the year with themes, even though we're teaching online, and we'll just continue with those themes as we go into the classroom. We're trying to make this as easy as we can, if that is possible. So I am going to also link in the description my huge resource of themes. And one question I am asked often is, at what time of the year do you do what theme? And so I created a nifty little printable for you, and that is in the blog post I'm linking to in the description. And I just give you some ideas of what themes you can do for each season. And so feel free to go and download this and print it for your own reference. And so for fall, the themes that we like to do, here are some examples: apples, friendships, squirrels, spiders, five senses, pine cones, bats, fairy tales, Halloween, farm, leaves, pumpkins, forest, families, nutrition, Thanksgiving, and all about me. Now, very few of you are going to do all of those, depending on how much you teach during the week. But this was what I used when we went to do our planner. I went through and selected which ones I felt would work good for us. For September, we are going to be doing all about me and families, and then we're going to move into apples. So now I have this all ready to go. Now I am going to actually start to plan my activities based on my themes. So that is the first step that I take before back to school. I like to know what themes we're going to do for the year. Then I dig deeper into the themes we're going to do the first month we go back. Now, another thing I want to say about themes, you're not going to be surprised if you've been following me for a while, is that I don't go theme heavy. In other words, not everything in our classroom, if we're in the classroom, is theme related. Like, for example, all about me and families, that is simply just getting to know each other, because those first weeks of school, that's what's most important. I want them to get to know our classroom, our routine, and I'm getting to know them as well. So when we're in the classroom, I always ask that they bring in a photo of their family. They can send it to me digitally, I'll print it out. And then somewhere in our classroom, I hang these photos. And that just helps when the children come in and they see their families on the wall. They feel so welcomed. And for children who are having separation issues, that is even more important for them. So that is why I always have the family photos in our classroom. For online, what I'm going to do is ask the parents to digitally send me a family photo, because I still want to see their families, and I'm still going to hold it up when we have our online. It's going to be different, but I want the similarities to be there. So that is what we always do at the beginning of the year. And then the other thing is that we are still going to get our classrooms cleaned up and ready for when we come back in hopefully November. So our second meeting is going to be on Monday, this Monday, and we are going to go into our classroom and kind of tidy it up and get it ready so that when we do get the okay to go back, we'll be ready to go. Now, I haven't been in my classroom, oh my goodness, I think since the beginning of June, when I had to get some things, some personal belongings. So it's going to be bittersweet to go back in there, because it's going to be exciting for me to be back in the classroom, but it's going to be sad because it's not going to be a normal year. I'm not going to be setting up right now for the first day of school in September. That's okay. We are learning how to deal with this and make it work. And so I just wanted to update you on where we are right now. We start school in less than 2 weeks, probably closer to a week. Again, we're starting online. So I will make sure to share with you what we are doing each week and sharing my tips for how you can do it online if you too are teaching online. But I will also share how you can do these things in the classroom if that's where you are. No matter where you are, if you are starting school soon, this week, next week, I wish you much luck, and I will need that luck too. And I will talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.